Hey, welcome to my channel. I'm just getting this full coverage summer makeup started with my Hailey's Refined Prime Primer, just patting that into the skin. And then I'm blending out the concealer I placed over my eyes. I used the LA Girl Pro Concealer as a base, and I'm placing a nude shade over that just to set that concealer in place. Next, on this Morphe M510 brush, I am taking the yellow shade from the Morphe 35B palette and blending that into my crease. I really like this brush for a more blown out and blended out color. I wasn't going for precision today. I just wanted it to be nice and blended, blown out on the edges. Of course, with yellows, you have to do a lot of packing and blending. They don't, of course, yellow is a hard color to get to show up, especially on darker skin tones. So I just gotta pack and blend until I get the amount of yellow that I would like. Next, on this BH Cosmetics blending brush, I'm taking the peachy coral shade from that Morphe 35B palette. Sorry, the colors don't have names in the palette. But I'm taking that coral shade and just blending it right under the yellow, making sure I'm blending it up into the crease, not going as high as the yellow to make sure my yellow doesn't disappear, but I really want those colors to be blended together. Next, on a Morphe M4433, I am taking the shade Sunset from the BH Cosmetics It's My Ray Ray palette and just putting that right into my crease under that coral shade just to define it and deepen my crease a little bit, keeping that shade really precise and not blending it too high up, just to get some definition, blending it into the outer V, making sure it's really blended in with that coral shade above it. I'm going back in with the yellow to make sure, I didn't lose that color and everything, blending it out again, making sure everything's nice diffused, blended out color. Next, I just took the same LA Girl concealer and placed it on my lid. I'm using this just to make sure that the color I put on next pops really well. And then I'm taking the highlight shade Moonlight from the It's My Ray Ray palette and using my finger. I feel like the finger just gives a really diffused out look like I was looking for. So I'm using my finger to pat that shade in, just kind of bringing it up a little bit so the highlight fades into that yellow color. I finished off my look with some Broadway lashes. Not sure what style, but I'll put those in the description box. Next, I am taking my Fenty Beauty foundation in the shade 360 and I mixed it with an e.l.f. shimmering facial whip. So I mixed those two together and I am applying that on my face now. It gives a really dewy, glowy look with a matte foundation. So being a person with oily skin, I find mixing something like this with a matte foundation works best for me. Really making sure I blend that in really, really well. I'm going in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer. I'm not sure what shade I'm in, but I will link it in the description box. I make sure I let the concealer under my eyes sit for a little bit because that gives us a little bit more coverage. So I blend out my forehead first because my forehead doesn't really need that much highlighting. My chin and my mouth, then I do under my eyes, then I do my nose last. When blending under my eyes, I make sure I go back and forth. I don't do one eye completely first, because then sometimes I feel like the coverage isn't the same if I blend out one eye first, because I feel like the sponge picks up a little bit of the coverage. I feel like something was happening on my show just now that I was watching. Something scandalous was happening. But really pat that in under the eyes, make sure there are no creases. Next, I'm taking my NYX banana powder on a powder brush, and I'm just brushing that under my eyes real quick. Well, first I blend it out to make sure there was no creases. Then I'm just brushing that under my eyes real quick because I find when I bake right away, I get those like dry spots. I feel like some people might know what I'm talking about, those dry spots that I get under my eyes if I bake right away after my concealer. So I do this powder first and then go in and bake. I also use this powder to set the rest of my face a little bit, set my nose for sure. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade 20 and just patting that in under my eyes to make sure I don't get creases throughout the day, to give a really smooth, flawless under eye. I don't know about anybody else, but I get oily in the summer, so I have to powder my nose to death. Like, I have to put so much powder on my nose to get my makeup to not slide, to not move. If you have this problem, all you gotta do is put hella powder on your nose, girl. This will also help if you're trying to wear sunglasses in the summer and you're not trying to get that little nose mark from sunglasses. That's so annoying when you have makeup. But I also gotta get my forehead with the powder, my eyebrows. All that gets oily in the summer. I'm just using my powder brush again to sweep some of this powder away. Next, I'm going in with my Black Radiance Contour Kit in medium dark. And I'm going in with the deepest shade in that palette on the BH Cosmetics contour brush and just contouring my face, chiseling out my cheekbones a little bit. Really making sure it's blended into where my highlight is. Something else was happening on my show, I guess. I look a little dusty right now, but we're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it. I'm going in with the lighter shade, the lighter contour shade in that palette on that same angled brush, and just using that to bring some definition and color back to my nose since we put all that powder on there. And if you're trying to contour your nose and you get oily in the summer, powder contour is the way to go. Do not cream contour. I'm going in with my Sephora Micro Smooth powder and just blending everything under my eyes, my forehead, making sure everything's blended together. I feel like this powder helps me get a really airbrushed look overall. I'm next going in with the highlighter Radiant from the It's My Ray Ray palette. I really love this highlighter. I tried to pick up another one, but I've just been loving this highlighter. It's popping. I'm just going everywhere basically with this highlighter, you know, cheekbones up to my brow bone, up to my forehead, you know, nose, lip, chin, everywhere. Just go everywhere. Oh, yep, the inner corner. Forgot the inner corner. That was the face of one of my lashes, was not trying to cooperate. I'm going to finish off my eyes and taking that coral shade on that same blending brush and just getting that under my eyes. I really wanted a diffused look under the eye as well. I didn't want it too precise. That's why I used a larger brush for this step. Then on a e.l.f. smudge brush, I took the shade Midnight from the It's My Ray Ray palette just to give a little bit of definition at the lash line. Then going in with the blending brush again and just blending the colors together. Just doing one final blend over the face, and then later I went in with a pinkish nude lip liner and gloss. I didn't do that on camera. But then I went in with my NYX setting spray, and that is just about it. This is the final look, and if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe down below, and thank you guys for watching.